war now. War news here on Mike in the Night. We're going to be opening lines in a bit here, guys, if you want to join us and call in on this episode 557. What's the White House up to now? Well, they're up to no good. White House says it has no Patriots to spare for Ukraine right now. And what are we talking about? Patriot missile system. The Pentagon has pledged additional Patriot munitions as a part of historic $6 billion assistance package to Ukraine, but the interceptors could take months or even years to arrive. So it looks like the war in Ukraine is fizzling out. Ukraine's losing the war badly. And it was a war of attrition on Russia's side, and we told you guys that, and it's all money laundering for the West. And in the meantime, what are we going to do is work with European partners and partners in other parts of the world to get them to provide additional air defense and capability to Ukraine, a national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, said. So let's get everything to Ukraine, get it all blown up and destroyed, and this will leave countries defenseless. Countries will be left defenseless when they have no way of defending themselves because they gave everything to Ukraine to get blown up by the Russians. And British fighter jets to patrol Polish skies. For what? For what? And during a visit to Warsaw, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sanka announced that the British Typhoon aircraft will patrol the skies over Poland. So Polish people could sleep better now, knowing that Rishi Sunak's Typhoon aircraft will be flying over Poland. UK Prime Minister Typhoon fighter jets will patrol Polish airspace during his visit. Sunak met with NATO Security General. This guy was selected into power. This guy shouldn't even be there. But when you get foreign nationals running your country, they're gonna, yeah. And U.S. to build a new Doomsday Plane. Why is the U.S. building a new Doomsday Plane? Though they have to. Continuity of government. We've been talking about continuity of government for ages now. The U.S. will develop a new Doomsday Plane intended to allow the president to continue leading the country in case of nuclear war. Just do you think when he could basically... Yeah, it's terrible. We don't need this presidency or this administration leading... They're leading us to destruction and more war. Leading to the country in case of nuclear war or other major disaster that destroys command and control centers on the ground. The Air Force has announced a $13 billion contract for the Survivable Airborne Operations Center, SAOC. Project has been awarded to Sierra Nevada Corp, a U.S. Air Force spokesperson announced in a statement on Friday. So basically what this is, it's a Boeing 747 jet, have been around since the 70s, and basically it's going to be being constantly the E-4Bs carry advanced communications gear and capable of refueling in the air and can withstand nuclear blasts and various electromagnetic effects. So what they're going to do is they're actually going to build a new Doomsday Plane that's actually going to go around. It's called the EB. The E-4BS. It's based off a Boeing jet. So I want to correct myself there. So continuity of war. And arrival of first French fighter jets resurrects Croatian Air Force. Croatia had no operational fighter aircraft until yesterday when the first batch of ordered fighter jets came from France, touchdown in Zagreb. There it is right there. Countries are saber rattling, are testing, are ready. What are they ready for? What are they building up for? Well, we know what they're building up for, right? And UK troops could be deployed on the ground in Gaza to supply aid. What? UK... Okay, so what is that Sanka guy's going to do? UK troops could be deployed on the ground in Gaza to supply aid. The U.S. said that no American troops will set foot in the region amid security concerns, but the unmanned third party could help distribute aid supplies on the ground. So, mercenaries, basically. The UK is considering sending troops to help distribute crucial supplies on the ground in Gaza when a new aid corridor opens next month, reports have said. British troops could be deployed in the region to support the maritime aid corridor to Gaza, expected to open in early May. So, everyone's moving And let's not forget what the Australians are up to. Australia announces further funding for Ukraine's fight by passing a $1 billion bill. $1 billion in total. So they passed a bill in Australia, and Australia will answer Ukraine's global call to help the war-ravaged nation bolster its defenses against Russia barrage of missiles and drone attacks with a new $100 million military package. And basically it totals up to $1 billion when you read through it and break it down. This is nuts. It's all money laundering. And another Biden disaster. U.S. troops now being forced out of Chad, as a majority of troops are being forced out of neighboring Niger, abandoning a $100 million airbase. And Joe Biden already turned over the Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan to the Taliban terrorists on September 2021. Biden abandoned the Afghanistan's Bagram airfield nearly 20 years in July, shutting off the electricity and slipping away in the night without notifying the base's Afghan commander, who discovered the Americans' secret departure more than 2 hours after they left. So, and this other base here in U.S. troops being forced out of Chad, and we're seeing here what's happening in Niger. And they're withdrawing troops. I think there was a video here for it. No, there's no video here for it. Lots of advertising, though. Lots of advertising. And Chinese jets fly sorties over Taiwan Strait in show of force as U.S. delegation departs. And the U.S. delegation was there. And now China is flying around to saber rattle. Taiwan has reported that a dozen Chinese warplanes flew sorties close to the island on Saturday in a sudden surge of military activity just hours after the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken left Beijing following talks with President Xi Jinping and top Chinese officials. So they just want to go there, saber rattle, start problems. We are in 24D chess, and it's going to get worse. It will get worse. I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to, but this is it. It's 2024, people. Things are going to get hot in August. You're going to have civil unrest in America. Something's going to happen to Donald Trump in August, like we've been telling you for years now. August 2024 is going to be, it's going to be the headliner. It's going to be T-shirts stating "I survived 2024." And guys, big social media influencers, steal that idea. It's good. I survived 2024. Make those T-shirts. You'll sell a lot of them. Just like that T-shirt we made on our Teespring. I consider myself a conspiracy theorist, and my pronouns are told you so. And another channel took that and ran with it and sold over 30,000 items of that. And we sold 2. So that's just how it works. No credit given when it's due.